Hey, this is Thomas from High Point Weather. Let's talk about the forecast for the upcoming week and weekend. Winds are quite strong on the Divide and in the foothills in West Metro area. Strong winds aloft are thanks to the jet stream to the west of the trough that is passing us. This flow will turn northwesterly tomorrow, and conditions on the plains will get a bit blustier, though winds will die down over the high country. These strong winds have set up a bit of a mountain wave east of the Divide. We've created this cross section to show where descending winds could create the strongest wind gusts. Again, tonight we see gusts of up to 60 to 70 miles per hour along the Divide, as well as 40 to 50 miles per hour in the West Metro area and foothills. Tomorrow you can see that gusts are more in the 30 to 50 mile per hour range for the Divide and foothills, with some gusts up to 20 on the plains. The downsloping winds will warm and dry the I-25 corridor. We could see highs as high as the low 60s tomorrow, though a lot of models have it more in the mid-50s. Tuesday is a pretty similar story, with highs in the 60s south of the Palmer Divide and even up to the 70s in southeastern Colorado. You can see up here a cold front dropping down from the north. We'll talk about this in a second. Here's a look at the jet stream on Monday morning. You can see the trough is passing to our east, and a jet maximum is to our northwest. As we get into Tuesday, ridging brings warm and dry conditions to most of the state. Later on Tuesday and into Wednesday, we can see another trough dropping down and entering the state by Thursday. Models have been pretty uncertain in the tracking of this trough and its strength. Either way, it doesn't look like a good event for snowfall in the mountains. There's some split flow to our east and a lack of moisture, which means we don't have good large-scale lift or the humidity needed to really drive snowfall. However, before the trough enters the state on Wednesday, a cold front will race down the Front Range from the north later on Tuesday. As the trough enters the state on Wednesday and into Thursday, Lee's cyclogenesis could create a nice upslope snow event for the Front Range. Depending on how far the trough digs south, this will either be a non-event or something pretty significant for areas north of the Palmer Divide, like Fort Collins to Denver, or south of the Palmer Divide, like Colorado Springs and Pueblo. As stated, we just don't see a good potential for decent snow totals in the mountains. We could see some good snow along the Divide itself, and especially east of the Divide at areas like Eldora and Hidden Valley, but west of the Divide, totals look very low, perhaps 0 to 3 inches. This map of large-scale lift really shows that we don't have much to work with, and coupled with the lack of moisture, we're not very hopeful that this will be any sort of significant event for the mountains. You can see here that there's just not much lift in the state on Wednesday and into Thursday. The better lift remains south of us due to how the jet is oriented to our east and to our northwest. And this will certainly be the case if the trough decides to dig even further south, which it might. In general, our forecast from Wednesday to Thursday is only calling for about 0 to 4 inches of snow in the mountains west of the Divide, 3 to 6 inches of snow along the Divide, and 3 to 10 inches east of the Divide, and varying from north to south depending on where this trough actually tracks. This is how our trough on Wednesday to Thursday looks on a 500 millibar geopotential height anomaly map. Not much to look at. If we go to this weekend, we see a much stronger signal and a much larger trough. However, despite how nice this looks, upper level flow isn't actually all that conducive for enhanced snowfall. We spend a lot of time in areas of subsidence, like the left entrance region of the jet to our east, and there's also a distinct lack of moisture. Without the ingredients of large-scale lift and moisture, we don't have much we can do to make snowfall in the mountains. We could see the Park Range picking up maybe 3 to 7 inches, and perhaps western and central Colorado picking up a band of snow under jet streaking on Friday, but it looks pretty iffy. The ensembles do have better southwesterly flow towards the end of the weekend, but this isn't a certainty. Due to the size and depth of this trough, we do expect that there will be at least a significant cool down, although that's not very fun if there isn't much snow to go with it. There's a lot more that can change with the weekend storm, and a lot more things that can go better, although moisture is still going to be a problem. So I wouldn't get your hopes up, but we could see a slightly better snow forecast as we get later into this week. We'll keep you updated for both the Wednesday to Thursday and weekend pattern, and we're still seeing an active pattern after that, although, as you can tell from this forecast, that doesn't necessarily mean that we'll get snow. That's all for now. Take care, and there's water vapor for you.